coaches and students who might be getting a late start and are trying to understand where to find everything in your image design class and make sense of that progress report that I just sent to you. This is the image design classroom, and one of the cool things about just getting into the homepage is that it shows the grade right off the bat. Learning coaches, make sure that when you log in, you view as the student. When you do that, you'll be able to see everything exactly the way the student does. So there won't be any discrepancies in the data that you're getting and what's in real time, which is this right here. So you will want to, first thing I want to do is just show you the grade book. This overdue, disregard that, it's not correct. Obviously it says that the required topics completed is 0 out of 38. So it looks like there's 38 things overdue, so just ignore that. But the grade is correct. Click on grades at the top of the page, and that's going to take you to the grade book. And you'll see the points that have been earned, the grade. And here are the assignments for this class. I organize it by weeks so you can tell where you're at. Today is November 17th, so we're in week 3. So you know that the student needs to be working on this week, and all of this needs to be caught up upon. The other thing I want to show you is the plan. You have several different views for the plan. You've got an agenda view, which for me is just too crazy. I like the day view. If you're caught up, that's a good view for you to look at every single day. When you hover your cursor over one of the assignments, you'll see that it'll tell you what class it is, and then you can also click on it. For my assignments, if you click more, it will actually take you to the assignment itself. If you have a Dropbox, though, there's always information inside a Dropbox. You need to click on the Dropbox to open it and see inside, which is the reason why I ask students to access class through the content. That way you don't miss anything accidentally. So here is the content. You'll notice it says table of contents, and there's the orientation. So if you haven't had a chance to do that now, there's the video and there's the quiz. Read the directions to right click, open the link in a new window. That way you can open your quiz, size it so it fits in part of your window, and then you can watch the video in the other part of your window. Or if you can get set up with 2 monitors and plug a monitor into your laptop, you can watch the video on one screen and do the test in the other screen. I recommend that setup. Monitors are very inexpensive at pawn shops and plentiful. This is my schedule of when I'm available in yellow in the help room. I'm available every day. This is my contact information, my phone number, and if you email, make sure you provide your first and last name and what class you're in. Since I do teach so many classes and have so many students, it'll help me have a frame of reference. And here is the way I have things set up by weeks. So week 1's assignments are in this folder, week 2 and week 3's are in here. So when you see those emails from me that say the week 3 lesson and test, blah, 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 you'd click in there and that's where you'd find it. And then these are subfolders. You have to click on those subfolders and scroll to the top to see what's inside. So starting at the first week, October 31st through November 4th, you've got the week 1 lesson test, the week 1 assignment in Dropbox, and Friday bell work. You need to click on that folder to open it up and see what's inside. Follow the directions from the top of the page down. Okay? The week 1 assignment is right underneath it. Once again, scroll to the top of the page and follow the directions from the top of the page down. Good. Friday bell work. This first week's Friday bell work is expired. You only have 1 week to do the bell work, and then it expires. You cannot submit late. The week 2 lesson and test. Click in there, start at the top, work your way down. Week 2 critique. So in the week 2 we had a critique of what the assignment was in week 1. So I take all of the work that gets submitted, I put put it in a slideshow, and then you get to watch this video critique that uses the critique process to help to evaluate all of the work that was submitted. We have a Friday bell work from week 2 that you still have until tomorrow to complete. Remember, there are rules for the bell ringers. Right now, they're worth extra credit. That's not going to last. I'm giving you 3 weeks to figure out how to do them. I have created a video analysis from the week 1 bell work that explains in very good detail what is expected with the bell ringers in order to earn credit. And it also shows you how to use a semicolon since they need to be one sentence. The semicolon is a great tool to get more information into one sentence. After you finish watching that video analysis, this is where you would click to go to the Google form that you fill out in order to submit your claim. Week 3. So this week we had a lesson and test that has already been due. Start at the top and work your way down. And the assignment this week is very thought-provoking. It is about zoos and your position on zoos. You're going to create a vintage zoo poster that expresses the position that you take on zoos. Do you think that they're necessary? Do you think they should be closed? That type of a thing. And so it's a really fun assignment and it is challenging. Here's that picture I show of 2 monitors. So make sure that you get started on that right away so you can get it submitted by its due time, which is Saturday at midnight, because we only have 2 days in our next week, so I'm going to have to get that critique posted by Tuesday for you. So I'll need you to get those submitted to me so that I'll have plenty of time to grade them and put together the critique video. We also have a bell ringer this week, and you're welcome to get started on that one as well. Just read the directions. So that is the basic setup of the class. If you have a semester class that you're behind in, for example, I'm going to go to a math class. Let's see, yep, this student is also behind in the math class. What you can do is go into the content and click on the course schedule. Notice here, when there are green check marks, that means that all of the objectives have been completed for that. So the student does have a lot done, but you can see that at September point, 19th through the 23rd, the students started to fall behind, okay? When we click on that course schedule, you're going to click full schedule. And it does take a moment to upload sometimes, so just be patient. And you'll notice that it takes you back to the very beginning of the class. So this is a semester-long class. You'll be able to see all of the assignments. And the nice thing about it is they're all grouped together instead of having to go in separate places to look for everything. The one thing that you will have to do separately, though, sometimes they do have the videos linked here as well, the Class Connect recordings, but if not, you can find the Class Connect recordings here, okay? So if it's, let's go to this student's grade book one more time. I'm just going to copy the link and paste it in a new window. Okay, and then click on grades. So let's see, what is a student missing first? Okay, first thing missing is, well, it's not quite missing, but to me, if a student is getting Fs, that means that they need to go back and redo it. So starting with the 1.02 quiz, and so this is where that Class Connect recording is located. You'll want to open that recording in one window, and then you'll want to open up, you can go and do it via the course schedule if you want to, or you can also find it in here. Here's that quiz for 1.02. So there are also some Class Connect attendance quizzes, so you'll want to make sure that if you're doing, well, that might be a little challenging because you'll have to, these don't have dates on them. Oh, they do, 8/24. So when you go to the Class Connect quiz, you'll also want to do your 8/20 There aren't any 824s, or are they in here? Okay. There's, oh, you know what? Seriously, Mrs. Girot, 824, right? I can do this. The eighth month is August. There it is. 824. So do that quiz and also do the 1.02 quiz as you're watching the Class Connect recording for the 1.02 unit, okay? So anyway, that is my suggestion on how to get started. To me, it just seems way easier to use the course schedule because, like I said, it puts it all together instead of you having to go to all those separate folders. So like here it is, 1.02. There's that Class Connect quiz. There's the 1.02 quiz. If you have this open in one window, and you can right click on those and open them in a new window. You can have your Class Connect recording if you open it in a separate, window as well. Then sometimes having multiple windows just makes it a lot easier to be able to figure out what you've got to do. So that's the end of my recording. Sorry, did I ramble? My apologies. But anyway, it was a pleasure, and I hope to see a lot of progress starting to kick in. I don't want you guys to fall so far behind that you're having to stress out and having to work over your Christmas break. That's no fun. So get caught up and work. And if I don't see or hear from you, happy Thanksgiving.